Coming up on this edition of Access Virginia Beach. Cheers! Green Flash Brewing Company breaks ground in Virginia Beach. Plus, every second counts. See how Virginia Beach's EMS keeps citizens safe. And the cream of the crop, the top teachers in the division are honored. That and more are coming up as we access Virginia Beach. Hello and welcome to Access Virginia Beach, a program that informs you of news and events from around our city and schools. I'm Mickey Aceto. Thanks for joining us. Green Flash Brewery officially broke ground in Virginia Beach for the San Diego headquartered brewery's first East Coast location.
Well, today is a unique opportunity here in the city of Virginia Beach because we are conducting a groundbreaking for a craft brewery.
1, 2, 3. All right.
The groundbreaking ceremony marked the official start of construction for the 58,000 square foot Green Flash Brewery, tasting room and beer garden.
I really am happy to welcome Green Flash because it is one of the greatest beers in America, and we're welcoming it to Virginia Beach, which is the greatest city in the world.
The growing demand for Green Flash beers on the East Coast prompted the need for a second brewery. Virginia Beach was chosen due to its ease of access from all mid-Atlantic corridors, as well as for its coastal landscape and cultural similarities to San Diego.
Our business is a huge part of our life, and it's very important to us. And it was very important to feel accepted and welcomed into the community. And Virginia Beach has been fantastic and welcomed us, and we feel at home here.
Oh, it's amazing. We're just so happy because everybody's so welcoming and friendly and excited for us to be here, and we're just as excited as they are to be here.
Construction of the brewery will begin this fall with the grand opening expected in 2016.
They're one of the major players in the craft brewery industry, and they're going to be good corporate citizens to Virginia Beach and to that industry as a whole.
The 58,000 square foot facility will sit on 9 acres in Corporate Landing Industrial Park. 400,000 barrels of beer will be processed annually out of the Virginia Beach Brewery. Bringing new businesses to Virginia Beach is always a good thing, but if you're looking for opportunities to grow your own company, then listen up. The Minority Business Council is holding their 16th annual conference and expo. Mark your calendars for Thursday, November 6th. The Virginia Beach Convention Center is hosting the event from 2 to 5 p.m. The conference is a place for small businesses and those owned by women, minorities, and veterans to market and promote their services. The event includes networking opportunities, a keynote speaker address, an expo, and a small reception. This year's theme is Building Powerful Coalitions. The event is free and open to the public. For more information or to register, log on to vbgov.com/finance or call 385-4438. What do you value? When it comes to city-provided services, some value water, while others say public safety is important. The City of Virginia Beach provides a multitude of services for your tax dollars, the sum of which makes the resort city a great place to live. In a new series, Access Virginia Beach highlights these quality services. Every Second Counts is today's topic as we check out the city's emergency medical services.
They are more than 1,100 strong, and last year alone, they responded to nearly 43,000 calls. We're talking about Virginia Beach's Volunteer Emergency Medical Services.
We are a large volunteer system consisting of a diverse group of individuals with regards to race, sex, gender, and age, and workplace experience.
Virginia Beach has the largest volunteer-based EMS system in the nation. For emergencies large or small, there are hundreds of trained men and women ready to answer the call at a moment's notice. EMT Basic Derek Fuller has been with the division for more than 4 years.
My whole concept with volunteering in general is you volunteer because you want to, not because you have to. You have to enjoy what you do. And if you join this agency, you get what you put into it, and the training and the family background with it, you enjoy it, and it's just something that's rewarding for yourself.
And those volunteer efforts save the taxpayers of Virginia Beach more than $22 million every year.
We're a solid pre-hospital care emergency system with quick response times and expert care. We provide that type of quality care to every citizen here in the city. There's no billing for our citizens here, and we have good partnerships with our other healthcare systems.
All right, I'm gonna check his pupils.
In order to become a member of EMS, volunteers attend free classes through the city. To qualify, you must have a high school diploma or GED, have a good driver's license, and of course, the desire to give back to the community. After completion of all required training, EMS volunteers commit to 48 hours a month.
Our EMT academies are 19 weeks. They're usually 2 evenings a week and a Saturday. After that particular academy's over with, and of course you would be graduated as an emergency medical technician, both nationally certified and state certified.
Whether it's a way to get involved with the community or maybe a chance to break into the medical field, most volunteers find their efforts very rewarding. Tex Ford has been volunteering since 2003, and for her, it's a family affair. Her husband and father-in-law are also members of EMS.
It's the feeling that I get to help somebody. You know, I've been very lucky and fortunate to be at the right place at the right time to actually make a difference in people's lives. And that's what drives me, you know, and it's what carries me through.
It's a hometown feeling. You know, I lived in Long Island, I lived in Philadelphia for 30 years. You know, it was just a city. Here, it's home to me. I feel part of the community doing this. It's very rewarding for me.
There are 10 volunteer rescue squad stations located throughout the city. The EMS Training Center holds several EMT classes and it trains hundreds of students each year. If you're interested in volunteering, log on to vbems.com or call 385-1999.
Senior scams are on the rise, and the newest one involves healthcare offers. It's open enrollment for Medicare right now, and scammers are using this time to take advantage of senior citizens. Here's Macy Pridgeon, Public Information Officer for the Virginia Beach Commonwealth's Attorney Office, with more.
Watch out for scammers offering free medical devices. Thieves are calling senior citizens with false promises of free health supplies. Unsuspecting victims share their personal information and scammers are using it to steal their identities. Here's what you need to know to spot the scam. Be wary of callers that force you to take immediate action. Don't share personal information with anyone you do not know. If the caller promises something for free, but then asks you to pay a handling fee, it is most likely a scam. If the business does not have a legitimate mailing address and website, you should be concerned. Remember, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. If you've fallen victim to this or other scams, contact your local police department so they can track scammers' activity in your area. Also, file a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission by visiting ftc.gov or by calling the number listed on your screen.
Colin Stolley, Commonwealth's Attorney, in partnership with you to keep Virginia Beach safe.
A recent survey by the Better Business Bureau found that nearly 30% of all fraud victims are over the age of 65. Members of the Seatack community recently celebrated their rich history with a parade on Atlantic Avenue.
We have the Seatack 200-plus banner.
The procession was entitled the All-Nation Community Culture Celebration Parade. It serves as a reminder to the long and historic history that the Bird Neck Road neighborhood has had in Virginia Beach. Hundreds of local guests lined the curbs and sidewalks to get an up-close view of the festivities.
Our turnout this year was doubled last year, and the diversity in the parade this year was one of the great things that we had this year. And that was just overwhelming.
Virginia Beach's finest, along with some vintage EMS vehicles, highlighted the festivities.
I think it's awesome, especially for the Seatack community, being a historical black community, to be able to participate on the Oceanfront. These are things that were never ever done, in years past, and now for us to be here, it's just words cannot even express.
Seatack first grade student Zaria enjoyed her day at the parade.
My favorite part is in the middle because I got to saw my best friend.
The parade lasted about a half hour and was just one of the ways Seatack celebrated its 201st year in the city. Coming up next on this edition of Access Virginia Beach, find out how a new partnership with Wal-Mart is benefiting students at Princess Anne High School. And teachers go wheel to wheel with a very special basketball team. We'll bring you the details. We'll have that and more when we return.
Virginia Beach Schools Parent Connection is your one-stop resource for information and events which support families and promote student success. November is National Military Family Appreciation Month. Did you know that nearly 30% of the students in Virginia Beach schools have a parent who is active duty military or who works on base? With that in mind, the school division is always developing resources and programs to support these children and their families. Check out the military page by visiting vbschools.com/military for resources for transitioning families, military partnerships, family life counselors, and academic assistance geared towards military-connected children. And mark your calendars for November 11th. It's Veterans Day. Be sure to thank a veteran for his or her service to our country, and remember that schools are closed Tuesday, November 11th. Learning in the classroom isn't the same as when Mom and Dad were in school. Are you interested in seeing how students are using technology to support reading and math lessons? Do you want to know how schools are preparing your middle and high school student for college and jobs in the workforce? Join us for the Compass Showcase Wednesday, November 12th, beginning at 6:30 p.m. at Kellam High School. You can see what 21st century learning looks like in your child's classroom and get a preview of the division's new strategic plan. Find out what it takes for students to be future ready and how you can support that learning at home. To learn more about important deadlines or to see a complete calendar of Parent Connection events, visit vbschools.com and click on the Parent tab at the top of the page.
Welcome back to this edition of Access Virginia Beach. I'm Nikki Aceto. In Virginia Beach schools, students demonstrate their knowledge and skills in a variety of ways, such as writing essays, creating projects, or taking tests. Teachers assess students using different methods for different purposes. Summative assessments can provide a summary of what a student has learned.
So let's look at B, and that was an 8.
To me, summative assessment is basically the culminating activity, the culmination of learning, whether it's a unit or a year. It could be something like a test, a performance-based project, a portfolio. It's basically what I tell my students, show me what you know. Summative is larger, it's more meaningful. We go into more depth. It's where we connect what we're learning to the world. Why is it important? Why should they care? Why is it important for them to know that? It's where they make their connections.
Summative assessment provides teachers with a big picture view of student comprehension. That in turn is shared with students and their parents.
The purpose of a summative assessment is to communicate progress to parents and to students. They generally occur at the end of a unit, so it would be what a student understands after a series of learning events has occurred.
The most well-known summative assessments in Virginia are the Standards of Learning, or SOL tests, which become even more important as students near graduation.
At the high school level, SOL testing is critical to students' graduation. Each end-of-course class that has an associated SOL test requires the student to pass the SOL test in order to earn a verified credit.
However, students may retake an SOL test at the high school level as many times as they need in order to get the verified credit needed for graduation. Summative assessment is part of the school division's balanced assessment approach to ensure student success. Each month, Superintendent Aaron Spence highlights one student, staff, or community partner that is driven, passionate, and determined. The video is then presented to the school board during their meetings. Today, we're introducing you to Dr. James Marken, a teacher at Tallwood Elementary School who left his work at Old Dominion University. See why he says working with the children gives him a reason to get out of bed in the morning.
My first experience teaching public schools was actually in Japan. where I taught English to 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. But I had gone back to Indiana University to graduate school, and I'd gotten a degree in instructional systems technology. And when I came here to Virginia, I actually came to Old Dominion University and was hired as an assistant professor there. Was there just long enough not to get tenure. And because there were publications, and you need more publications, you need more publications, and that wasn't getting me out of bed in the morning. Then I had to think, well, okay, well, what does get me out of bed in the morning? You know, what does motivate me? I love working with kids, so I said, well, if I've got this education PhD, if that's what I like doing, let's do that. So I jumped ship, and I worked for 2 years at Tallwood as a first grade teacher, and then I got this position here at Malibu as second grade, and it's been great. The biggest thing for me, and one thing where I think I really had to retrain myself, is I do have to think for these guys. And it's okay to do that. When you're at the college level, you kind of really can't. I mean, they need to be responsible for themselves. Part of what I need to do is not just teach these guys content, but also teach them how to be respectful to others, how to get along with each other, how to show respect in the classroom. They're all good kids. Even the ones that are acting out are good kids, but you have to kind of get inside their mindset. Well, what's going on with this kid? Why is he not sitting still? Why is he poking his neighbor all the time? What's going on here? How is this meeting a need that you have that you can't keep your hands to yourself? And figure out how we can help that kid be successful in the classroom. And I want to be the person that can help them to be successful in this environment. And it's going to be different for every kid. That, to me, is one of the biggest challenges of doing this. I feel most rewarded when I can help a kid be successful. Right? When, especially if whether they're struggling with the academic content or whether they're struggling with just being in school, when I can help them to experience that academic success, to experience that school success, to experience success in their peer relationships, that is so rewarding. And I think they appreciate it. I have a lot of kids come up to me. My favorite one was the kids last year in first grade who would tell me, "You're the best teacher I ever had." And I'm thinking, well, I beat the kindergarten teacher. So that gets you out of bed in the morning.
And there are hundreds of great teachers around the division, just like Dr. Marken. In fact, a special event was recently held to honor the best of the best. It was a night for educators to shine. Teachers of the Year, representing each school in the division, took over the Westin Hotel for the annual Teacher of the Year celebration.
It's my pleasure to welcome you this evening for a night of celebration about you, our 2015 Teachers of the Year.
The ballroom was full of top-notch teachers, 87 to be exact. All share a passion to do what's best for children and are good leaders and role models.
Although you are the very best amongst us, I really believe in my heart of hearts, and I think you know this too, that you represent an incredible core of teachers here in Virginia Beach.
Bevan Reinen, a first grade teacher at the Three Oaks Elementary School, was chosen as the 2015 Citywide Teacher of the Year.
It feels absolutely amazing. There are so many wonderful teachers in every single school building across the district, so to be recognized in this way means a great deal to me.
11 of the teachers honored have more than 25 years of service to public education. Collectively, they have taught tens of thousands of students in Virginia Beach. Congratulations to all. It takes a village to raise a child. That's why it's so important to have community involvement. Princess Anne High School recently teamed up with Wal-Mart to form a unique partnership that benefits students and staff. Looks like a big pep rally, but in reality, these Princess Anne Cavaliers are helping celebrate the grand opening of the town's central Wal-Mart.
1, 2, 3!
With a snip of a ribbon, also began a new partnership. Wal-Mart presented a $1,000 sustainability grant to Princess Anne High School.
The grant that we got from Wal-Mart is going to help, I'm hoping, to bring student body and the garden club, the green team, and hopefully some of the AP environmental science students that I teach into building a rain garden, bringing some rain barrels into school, showing sustainability.
Wal-Mart also plans to help teachers with school supplies and support school events. The new building is located at 4821 Virginia Beach Boulevard.
It's definitely going to support the community. Today we gave away $8,000 in grant money which of course, Wal-Mart supports the community with. So it's been an exciting adventure.
Local organizations receiving grants included Virginia Beach CERT, the Police Lodge, Samaritan House, the Food Bank, and more. From rec leagues to the NBA, basketball is a fixture across the nation, and Kempsville Elementary joined in on the fun when a very special league took over their gymnasium. Fanatic fans and, of course, plenty of buckets. Those are the makings of a great basketball game, but these athletes aren't your average players.
I want to say good afternoon to the students of Kempsville Elementary School. We are the Virginia Sunwheelers.
The Sunwheelers are a group of physically challenged athletes from the Hampton Roads area.
We do wheelchair athletics. Primarily you will see us doing wheelchair basketball. One of the other things we do is a lot of guys hand cycle. We have guys that go surfing. We have other guys that play tennis. And all the stuff that we do is always with wheelchair-bound people.
Today, they challenged the staff at Kempsville Elementary to a game of pickup basketball. And boy, did the teachers give them a run for their money. This is the 4th year the Sunwheelers have visited Kempsville Elementary, but it's more than just a fun game of basketball.
We hope the students leave with the ability to recognize that a disability does not mean that they can't move forward with their aspirations and dreams. October is Disability Awareness Month, and we try to teach the children we're going to diss the dis and just focus on the ability.
We're all the same. We're not that much different. Even though we sit in chairs, we do the same things that everybody else do, and we still have the same life. So I would love for them to understand, because it doesn't take but a second for people to change, for life to change situations.
The Virginia Sunwheelers started back in 1976. Over the last 30-plus years, they have represented our region in both national and international competitions. And with that, we've come to the end of our show. But if you've missed something, you can view this program online. Log on to vbgov.com/media, then under the All Categories button, find and click on Access Virginia Beach. We leave you today with some pictures from a recent sea turtle release at 31st Street. Lex Luthor and Loki, both Kemp's Ridley turtles, and Wolverine, a loggerhead, battle the tide amongst cheers from the crowd. They were the last 3 rehabilitated turtles to be released before local waters get too cold. All 3 were outfitted with tracking devices. For everyone here at VBTV, I'm Nikki Aceto. Thanks for watching.